Soft old. It was not raining when I. Oh, with presents.
Happy alums us.
She's going online.
It's Virginia, it says we're live on YouTube. Can you just double check maybe?
Kathy, I can see that there's like one live on YouTube. It's like Environmental Sustainability Committee.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Environmental Sustainability Committee.
I'm gonna check too.
Oh, that's what it's coming up as?
Yeah, but it's not us. It's a different committee.
Just give me a second and I'll check, okay?
Okay. Brittany, while we have a minute, I told everyone, as you can see, probably the members that are in person there are cloth bags with the new logo, and chocolates. So if you get a chance to pop by the site at the front desk and pick yours up, it's a little gift for each member of the board.
Okay, that's nice. We'll definitely stop by.
We had them done with the t-shirts, and we forgot to give them out at Fall Rendezvous when everyone got their t-shirts, and I said, okay, we'll save them for Christmas.
I'm just gonna run upstairs. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay,
It's,
thanks.
I can see when I go to the city's website, I can find the YouTube connection for the one meeting, but I can't see ours.
I wonder if the city's YouTube only allows one meeting at a time.
Ah,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, thank you. Hi, Carol. Hi, Heather. Thanks for coming.
Rainy.
I think we're good. We're on live also, Kathy.
You think we're live?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wait one more minute for Virginia and then Sylvana.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go on and talk. Oh, but. Y'all big sports shows we go to sleep. So we want guys to be fans and see like he's idle. That's like the gyms and pops would do every year. Yeah, there's collaboration. And they look at that. So I think we should do more collab. We'll be more receptive to, yeah, with more baby, but then you are using the machine, but so they're not. Right, or
Sylvana, is there a land acknowledgement there for you? Did you find it?
Yes, I have it.
Okay.
Is Virginia, do we wait for Virginia or can I start?
If John thinks we're live, then
We are live.
Okay.
okay. You can probably start, and she might pipe in, interrupt and say that we are live. So go ahead.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday, November 12th, 12:06. And I'd like to call to order the meeting for Historic Sites Board. We'll start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge with respect that we are meeting in the Robinson Huron Treaty territory. That the land on which we are gathered is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, known as Bawading. Bawading is the home of the Garden River First Nation, Bechuana First Nation, and Historic Sault Ste. Marie Métis Council. Does anyone have any conflict of interest with this agenda?
One sec, Virginia. John thinks we're live. Okay, good.
Yeah, I confirm with Frank, we're good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, none noted. Adoption of agenda, we need someone to motion for Historic Sites Board meeting for November 12th, as presented, be approved. Heather and Carol, seconder. Thank you. Adoption of minutes. Now, this was for our meeting of September 12th. Be approved. We need someone to motion. Number 4. Carol. And a seconder. Jamie, thank you. All in favor? Carries. Number 5 is business arising. Kathy?
I didn't see anything that we're otherwise not going to bring up on this agenda, so none noted at this moment.
And the accounts up to date as of September 30th. They're included in our package, right?
Yeah, there's a few things that I'm trying to look into, but they're not a full picture again because they're, several months behind, and the big influx of our invoicing for bus tours and the cruise ships and the start of all our fall programming is coming in. So it's not really a true picture for programming revenues, but for expenses like maintenance and utilities, it is.
Does anyone have any questions about that? Sarah has a question?
Yeah, hi. I'm just wondering, do you think that we will have a clear picture by the end of the month, Kathy, or do you think that will take probably into December?
For tourism related revenues that were invoiced by the end of November, no problem. As we do our fall programming, that's all still till the end of December. So I mean, I can send everyone an updated one at the end of November. And by then I'll have time to check into some of the things to see if they're in the right expense accounts and things like that. So if that will help, I can do an updated one at the end of November, which may still, I have to check, be the end of October. They're always so behind. It might be a week into December or two before we get November's like sort of drafted reports.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for like future expectations, for any invoices that go out, is it sort of like a 2-month turnaround pretty much? Or is it a little bit longer than that?
The invoices I send through to the corporation. The corporation then invoices, and usually we see something within about a net 30. But some of I know for sure the cruise ships are a little behind on those. So, and the cruise ships were here and visiting us until just past Thanksgiving. So we're just trying to catch up on some of those, and they're not reflective in this financial statement.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
I will definitely send out, because we don't meet in December, but I will do an update and send something out so you'll have somewhat of a glimpse of what we're looking at. And of course, our January meeting will have a more exact look at the year at a glance.
Thanks, Kathy. Now, do we, as members, approve anything, or do we just move on to the next item?
You're supposed to approve the expenses year to date as presented.
Okay. So we need a motion. There's a hand up again, Sarah.
Yeah, I can do that. I can put
Okay.
a motion.
Sarah will motion that.
I'll
And
second.
seconder,
I'll second.
Heather. All in favor for members to approve expenditures year to date, September 30th, 2025 as presented. All in favor? Sarah has her hand up, so do we answer that first or?
No, I'm just saying that I'm in favor of my own motion.
Okay, carried. We'll move on to the curator's report, starting with the new branding.
Well, I just wanted to say that John has started to implement the branding everywhere and on everything. As much as he can. So like even he's working on internal signage for us, and everything that we're doing going forward on posters and media, all that. As you see, there are cloth bags for you to take home that have the new brand on them. So, and now he's working for us on even next year's promotion with like Algoma Country and Tourism Sault Ste. Marie with all new branding so that we're ready and hitting the road next season with a new look and feel. So that's just, we're moving forward with it all.
Great.
I don't have the agenda, Sylvana, I apologize. So if you can just name off the next thing you want me to, I said
Okay.
I'd talk about.
Bednor Tourism Growth Update on projects.
Okay, so we are very excited because we've seen lots of headway, even since September's meeting. And today, this afternoon, Virginia and I and John are meeting with our web designers because they have the outline done. And before they get going too far, they want us to review it with them. The next thing is on the table, and I'm going to share my screen, is a poster that has, now if I just hold on, I gotta share. And can everyone that's online see our poster?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, now this was done, John did this for us in hopes that we were going to have a meeting with anyone that wanted to join us on November 24th to test the new AR experience. We're having a hard time right now getting XR to be ready for that. It might be the week later. So if you're wanting to come and be one of the stakeholders that tests it out, we will keep you informed. And whether or not you come is fine, but we will definitely keep the board informed of when that testing is going to happen. But what I'm going to share with you, okay, now I just got to get back to Let me see if I can do this. Can you see this?
We can see the list of AR experiences, but nothing yet has come up if you're trying to play a video.
No, it's just a file directory.
Yeah, we can see it. I can't hear it though.
Oh,
Just see it.
You can see it.
I thought that this is.
No.
So it's not, you're not hearing it?
I didn't hear
Yeah,
any
there's no
audio.
sound, but we saw it.
John might, do you have them on a USB? Is John still there?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
he's
he's
working
working
on
on
it.
it.
Give me a moment.
We could, you know what, I'll do it at the end of the meeting, but you
Okay.
saw how it's animated.
Yeah.
That was Charles, and I'll go back to the poster. So there's our three people.
Right.
The middle one, Charles Oakes Ermatinger in his beaver felted top hat. The man in the beige suit, which I have to talk to them because he's a little dark skinned, is Francis Hector Clerg, but the accent on him sounds similar to Clerg, and it's his speeches and how the blockhouse is built, and the lady is Frances Ermatinger and Charles's daughter, and she sort of lived through the generations, starting in arriving with the family to Sault Ste. Marie, and talks about Bawating, and then right through she lived to be an older adult, and so she saw the industrialization. So we picked her. She's going to be in two spots in the Heritage Discovery Center. The first spot will be in the foyer as an introduction and getting people to go to the other buildings and meet her father and Mr. Clerg. And then the other is going to be the 1812 gallery. Mr. Ermatinger and Mr. Clerg will do the main floor and the second floor of both buildings, and have different speeches. And then all of these will be part of the content on touch screens in all three buildings for accessibility purposes. So the touch screens will have more, but because our buildings are two-story, we don't have an elevator, so the touch screens will allow anyone with limited mobility to do a 360 tour of the buildings and to join in on these. So there's lots in the works and happening, and John's been very busy as our digital intern working with these companies. But we are starting to see progress on the tourism growth projects. At the end, I'll get, if you want to see the videos, I'll get John to put the USB in and we can watch them with sound.
Any questions or comments on that? The next item, Kathy, is the key performance indicators.
Yeah, I'd have to do those quarterly for senior management, and so they're just included for the board, so you can see sort of statistically, numbers of visitors and schools. And again, it didn't include Fall Rendezvous. I think it included a couple days of Fall Rendezvous, but it did not include anything like Doors Open, Halloween House. All of that stuff is in the next quarter, along with all the massive school tours that are booked for November and December. So it's just a snippet of the third quarter review.
Well, I had, Fall Rendezvous, is there anything you want to say about the Fall Rendezvous?
I've sort of got a summary. I'm going to do a curator's report, and this might be a good time. And I will share that for those that are not in person. First of all, okay, having a little moment, sorry. Just want to say thank you. Whew, okay. The staff and I have given you a thank you today. A little cloth bag with our new logo, chocolates, and I think that I'm not sure they put bookmarks and things in the bag as well. The staff, especially, and Virginia have been taking care of a lot of business and helping me work remotely. John and Ian, I'm sure, are exhausted. But anyways, they have been busy. And it since our last meeting, and just going, how am I? I'm trying to scroll. It's not allowing me to. Wait, oh wait, this might be why. There. Okay. There. Okay, so the Friends of are our hosts for Fall Rendezvous, and they were able to secure $40,000 for Fall Rendezvous, which is exactly what it costs, actually a little bit above. They had levels of funding, actually not Ontario Culture Days, but they are a big partner in our program. But 3 levels of government of funding, and then all these sponsors. So the $40,000 breaks down on Fall Rendezvous to honorariums and marketing, equipment rental, and insurance. And it's the people that come and the reenactors. This year we had the pipe bands, the Highland dancers, Indigenous artisans. So that's a big component every year. And those are the people that bring history to life for us during the 4 days and enable us to invite all the grade 7 students to join us. This year, and that number's wrong, we're closer to 5,800 visitors. I don't know why I typed 5,500, but that includes, all the students that came and their teachers and EAs, Ontario Culture Day visitors, and tourists, and of course, I think I've counted 75. It might be even closer to 100 of the volunteers and reenactors and historic presenters. The marketing campaigns this year with John on board, assisting the Friends of, was extensive. And this is not everything he did for them. Sue Star, Sue Today, we did videos. I was still in town working on the videos with Shaw and Rogers, the Channel 10. Did anyone have that at home and see them? I don't know if anyone's still on Shaw Cable. Station Mall did a backlit in the food court, and so we got a discount on that with them. Digital signs around all our city facilities. huge social media campaigns, and of course with tourism and Algoma Country. And I just want you to see the kind of reporting that we get back for the Friends. This is from Algoma, and the kind of engagement that you see from that social media campaigns. So when you're looking at 143,000 people have seen our advertising with impressions of 288. So whether or not they attend, they now know about us. So this is just even awareness. And they break it down as to where they targeted the advertising for us and who's actually seeing our advertising. So that's the quick update on Fall Rendezvous. A great 4 days. Kudos to the staff and all the volunteers that were able to get that festival underway in my absence. So thank you very much to everyone that came and helped. That's my update, Sylvana, on Rendezvous, but I do have more. What's next did I list?
Well, there's two other items. One is the future, like the fall and winter programming and events. And then finally, the CMOG standards. So
Right.
this is.
Well, I'll just continue if you don't mind, because I put it all in my report.
Okay, great.
So I just want to say after Rendezvous, the staff then, worked on a lot of stuff for the FedNor tourism projects. They scripted a lot of things that are going on the website. They helped script for those three people, the AR people. So a lot of content for everything was done. And then we hosted Doors Open. And that one particular day for us, we had about 300 visitors. Am I right, Jamie, do you think?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but
That's okay.
we
I'm
had
pretty
over,
sure.
we had over 1,700 citywide.
So I think we had close to that amount when I looked at our daily stats of who's coming in the doors. So
Okay.
yeah, so thank you, Municipal Heritage, and now for the rest of the year, again, staff are going to have to take a big deep breath and dive in. We have this weekend evening in the summer kitchen, and we're doing the Rhodes Scholar program. So we always offer it to Rhodes Scholars. Very seldom do we open it up to the public. So we thought, let's do it this year. And so Peter White and Joel Surratt will be here as they're part of that whole program for the Rhodes Scholars. They're great storytellers and singers and songwriters, and so that they'll be part of the appetizers, and then Peter's going to stick around and do more in between the main course and dessert. And the staff will talk about the Ermitingers in the fur trade and the Voyageurs, which is all part of that Rhodes Scholar program. Moonlight Magic is November 20th. It's our night to host cider and cookies in the summer kitchen with the hearth going, and to open the gift shop for the evening as other businesses on Queen are doing. And then you can see the amount of Yuletide school tours, morning and afternoons. There's November right through till the 18th of December. And on top of it are holiday house teas. Those are 2 weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. And then ending with our gingerbread magic, which Anna and Anastasia do for families that sign up. And just to let you know, this year the staff are going to need this much needed break. So they will have the week after the 20th of the gingerbread magic. They will have the Christmas week off, and then summer returning to do inventory and year end on the 29th and 30th. And we don't meet again as a board until January. So that's my quick, I will put this report in with the minutes for those that are joining through Zoom. Um, it'll be in the minute package.
Questions or comments on all of this? Can I have a question?
Jamie has a question about the expenditures.
No, my
Okay.
question is about the key performance indicators.
Okay, go ahead.
So I kind of want to comment on the numbers that are the social media numbers that, that have jumped. If you had Facebook, I'm having trouble reading it, but it's jumped 100% between 30,000 and 305,000, and I just wonder, is that, mirrored in attendance numbers at all, or is it just an awareness thing? Or I had the same question with Doors Open because I was trying to anticipate, if this many people are engaged on Facebook, how does it relate to attendance? And I just, obviously you didn't have 300,000 people show up here, but are you seeing the same bump in attendance that you're seeing in the social media traffic?
Like, are we seeing an increase in a physical attendance?
Yeah.
My perception would be no, we're maintaining status quo in
Okay.
in physical visitors to the site. We still have not seen walk-in tourists increase to the 2019 levels yet. I don't know if we're hoping that that increase in digital social media and things and that increase is going to bring an awareness to people to come to the site. We're hoping that the new website, because people will be able to buy admission online, we're going to embark upon a larger marketing plan over the winter and to especially next spring. And meetings are going to start with Algoma Country and Tourism because we need to look at bigger packaging and bigger targeting and what can we do. And we're hoping all of this with us being more online and more visually there, and that it will bring the tourists back and to see the increase. We can prove that having a digital intern is showing us an increase in our impressions and social media engagement. So we're hoping that all this transition to the, with the website and everything, that it'll come to fruition that we get more visitors.
Well, that's my follow-up question. If you look at the Facebook campaign page and you're targeting, Chapleau and Elliott Lake and Kitchener, is anybody tracking the attendance in the coming 12 months to see whether that's reflected in increased numbers?
We have to, we do sampling, and we also try and get visitors to sign in with their postal codes. So we have to analyze all that. So that's always my winter projects. But I think when we look at and when we meet with our tourism partners, that we're going to look at those kinds of things and what analytics we can get. And once we embark upon them, Heather might be able to tell us, and Carol, what kind of markers we can look at and the analytics that we can try and target.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, based off of the data that you get online, like for your web stats, and also who visits here, do you break down whether they're domestic, US, or international travelers? If you're already doing that, that probably should be reflected in here. I would say a lot of these visitors are probably domestic, which is great. We saw an increase this summer. Also want to know if you're having troubles tracking on site. We did do for our visitor centers, we did do paper, like just one sheet of paper, like where are you from? What's your final destination? How long are you staying your overnight? Just to get some basic information. So if you want a pad of those, we can give it to you. We do manually have to enter all the data in at the end of the summer, which is totally fine. But if you want to use that type of tracker, Kathy, it might be easier. Also, could do giveaways. You got great stuff at the gift shop. Maybe you do a prize for the end of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
I see people want to, fill in this form, throw your name in for a draw, we'll pull it and we'll give you like a small gift. Or if there's something that you can do that you could give someone a small token every time they fill it in, there's that too.
Those are great. I'm hoping too, with the new website, we can direct visitors back. So if they come on site, there's something maybe that, they do a selfie at a certain spot and bring it back. There's all those, plus anyone buying online through the new website for admissions will be able to get those kinds of, information of where they're from. That's what I was trying to spit out.
Yeah, you can do it by postal code.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how these numbers that in the campaign, as a key performance indicator, a year from now, what change are we going to see? I guess that's what I'm.
Well, I think based on what Heather just said is that there are categories we could probably break it down to and try and get some ways of tallying the percentages.
Kathy, on the new website, I'm assuming you're having like Google Analytics installed and you'll be able to pull those reports. And it'll have
We
all
meet-
that. And you
we
can
meet
also
with them
see
at-
in real time, which is creepy.
We meet with them at 2:00, so that's a good question.
Yeah. That will really help you figure that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so stay tuned. And am I seeing that the cruise ship numbers are down significantly, or is that just that they're not reported yet? For the fall?
Well, there's some missing because that was only Q3, and the cruise ships came till after Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But we did lose passengers from the cruise ships that are parked on the American side. Last year they bussed them over. And we didn't get those this year.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that, okay. Alrighty.
Sandra, you have a question?
I do. So, two things. That's too bad about the cruise ships. I'm wondering if it's because of, unfortunately, the relationships and passports and stuff like that. But anyway, going back to figuring out, again, I agree with what was said about who is domestic and so forth. And I love the idea that people buy a ticket online and you can track, where they're from. But I think it's important that whoever is coming through the door, we know exactly where they're coming from. Because the person that purchases a ticket online may not come. So I don't know what's more important, you know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see the difference.
We do have a sign-in sheet that says, their postal code or zip code or whatever. And like there's a column also that says country.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we go through those usually at the end of the year, like I should say like January from the year before. So we'll have some of that information.
Okay, okay. And yeah, that's great. That's all. Great work to you, Kathy, and the whole entire team. When I hear your report, I just get exhausted. I mean, gosh, every year you're packing more and more into it. And the rendezvous and the Highland dancers and everything and the pipe bands. Wow. You're raising the bar. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm a little nervous about next year.
Well, you should be. You should be.
How do you top that?
Right.
And Ian even coordinated the Highland Games, but a children's version.
Right.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So they were out different spots all over the front lawn for children to do instead of us really doing the Highland Games. You know, can't throw a pole on the front lawn.
Out of curiosity, are there any special dates coming up in next year, 2026, that needs to be celebrated? Any anniversaries, anything significant?
I'll have to check and let you know.
Okay,
Usually Canadian Heritage has a whole list of that sort of thing
yeah,
um,
but
for
nothing,
us.
nothing
I
for
haven't.
us?
No, we did them this year.
That's
So
true. Okay, so it's not,
yeah, so at the unveiling, that Virginia was our MC, her and the mayor both brought up our all our anniversaries. And so like it was 60 years since the Old Stone House was purchased by the city and the Historic Sites Board officially formulated. So yeah,
wow, incredible.
it was a
Well
good
done.
year to start a new brand.
So I like that your signature event sold out, the $100 whiskey night. And I wondered if you took a lesson from that, that the market can support $100 event like that, maybe do more, I don't know.
We were nervous,
So
you know, at $100 a ticket, we thought, oh, but I mean, anyone that's like Scotch has to know that they were sampling for the official terminology is drams. They got 4 drams
Oh,
paired with matching Scottish foods
mm,
from the 4 quadrants, the food and the Scotch from the 4 quadrants of Scotland.
oh.
So
That's
So,
yeah.
well,
So it was, yeah, and it did sell out. I'm gonna have to ask some of the patrons that went, Sandra, did you end up going?
I did. It was outstanding. And the people around were just like blown away. And it's interesting. It attracted a lot of gentlemen, which I guess makes sense, right? Scotch. And I saw some new faces, and I think that's good for the Old Stone House or for the, for our area. So, well done, like really, really well done. And the food and, yeah, and the history of all the Scotch, he did great. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I would highly recommend doing something like that again. But just a little bit more Scotch. I mean sincere. No, just a ton more. Because people were saying that when they had it in their mouth, they couldn't really, it was just needs a little bit more, not to get drunk.
Oh, Virginia?
I had the staff call everyone that was attending saying, you do realize you're getting 4 drams of Scotch. You better make sure you have a different ride home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Virginia, I think, has a comment.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I had a chance to speak with majority of the people that were coming out that night, and everybody had wonderful things to say. So the feedback was really positive, and when I popped up to the thing, everybody looked like they're having a great time. So it was a great event and a nice new addition, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All this because I found out that Ermitinger's one of his fur trade partners was a McTavish. You give me one little piece of history and look what happens. Uh,
Uh,
so, well, I'm glad. Thank you.
Kathy, there's just the one more item under the curator's report, that's CMOG standards for 2026.
Yes, I'm hoping that now we can focus. It is strategic plan coming up for next June under the community museums standards. And yes, we have started, and yes, we keep working on it slowly, but we really this year will have so January to like May at the latest, because it usually when you're when we're working on those things, it should go to council, and of course CMOG always the application for operating grant goes to council. So it'll be a winter to spring project to really dive deep into the strategic plan. That was all I wanted to mention. So things that Sarah brought up way back when, breaking it right down with responsibilities and deadlines and all of that is what we will be trying to do.
Yeah, and I'm happy to help with that in the new year, Kathy. Just let me know.
Great. Thanks, Sarah. I was hoping.
The next is the Municipal Heritage Committee, if anyone has information to share.
I could speak to that, I guess. We did, the doors open was over, thank goodness. I circulated, I saw Kathy circulated my attendance numbers and my survey results that were online. And I've since had more numbers added by the GFL Memorial Gardens. So we're over, I think it's 1722. We're up to right now. So Virginia and I collaborated and submitted a report to the Ontario Heritage Trust. All of our sites are very keen to continue next year. They were all ecstatic. I was down at the end at the chapel and the Shingwalk across the street and the Shingwalk Hall, and we had, I don't know, I think I had 150 visitors at my site, and the Ontario Forest Research Institute had about 140. The Legion had 75 and they were delighted. The Armory had an amazing number. So everybody was very excited when I went around and picked up the signs and everything later in the day. And the art gallery had the most attendance, followed by Bishop Hurst. And they did a pet blessing ceremony that was that drew in horses and donkeys and cats and dogs. It was just unbelievable how that day played out. And I had a wonderful time. I was at Bishop Farquhar Chapel, and I had people coming in, and they were telling me stories about that building and their connection to it and their wedding. And it was just, it was just a whole day of experiences. I loved it. So we are planning for next year. All of my volunteers want to come back. They were all excited. So it's all full steam ahead for 2026, Virginia. Virginia's spending the money, right? So I have to get her approval to go ahead. But yeah, that's the plan. So we're delighted. We also in September completed the property inspections for the tax rebate. So that will go to council. We had a meeting last week and that will go to council. And Sarah's still working on her heritage tree project, so we're waiting for measurements, I think. And we should be thinking ahead to Heritage Week in February. And what the plan is to that, so that will be coming up.
Well, I think also Heritage Week is our target date to launch all of the AR experiences and be live with the website and everything. We sort of targeted Heritage Week for all of these projects to be done.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Okay.
Any other new business?
Not from me.
Our next meeting is January 14th, 2026. So we're gonna be ready to adjourn unless there's questions or comments.
If any, I will probably stop the YouTube once you do adjourn. Anyone that would like to stay on the Zoom call, or in person and just for a minute or two to see the AR video, I'll get John to put the USB stick in and see if he can get the sound working for us. It's just a glimmer of what they possibly could sound and look like.
Motion to adjourn. Carol and a seconder. Heather. Resolve that this committee now adjourn. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for a wonderful year and all your support. Enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you in January.
Take care, Kat.
Bye, everybody.
You can have me now.
Oh,
I took another
I
copy.
know
of the
you did.
agenda.
She just wanted.
Yeah, you're
I'm-
good.
Good, thank you.
Kat, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, I'm gonna be down in Toronto in